little bit of history of New Zealand.
Who is this guy? This guy is Abel Tasman, or the full name is Abel Janszoon Tasman. He was a Dutch. He was the first non-European explorer. He reached some places including New Zealand. And the name of New Zealand was given by a Dutch mapmaker. After that, there was a guy named Englishman Captain James Cook. After 127 years, New Zealand was visited by another European, which is James Cook. In 1769, they saw New Zealand as a potential colony. Then a Treaty of Waitangi is signed on 6 February 1884 between a Maori chief and a British crown. It has become a document of central importance because it played a major role in framing the political relationship between them. And this is our planet. Pretty, isn't it? Where is you all wondering where is New Zealand? Right? New Zealand is here. Yeah, that is New Zealand. So where is it in the planet? Okay, the location of New Zealand is at the South Pacific Ocean at 41 degrees south, 174 degrees east, near the center of the water hemisphere. And the history of the New Zealand flag, as you can see, there are several changes for the New Zealand flag. It changes from 1834 until 2020, and they will using the current flag, which is the flag. And the first New Zealand flag is called United Tribe flag. It is officially adopted and reproduced in a book of flags in 1845, and it was selected by 25 chiefs. And now this is the current flag of the New Zealand. They are using this flag until now, and there are several meanings on the flag.
I would like to introduce you to one of the famous tribes in New Zealand, that is Maori tribes. Maori tribes is the indigenous people of New Zealand. Their history, language and tradition is the central of New Zealand identity. There is some Maori language that we can learn, such as Kia ora, that means hello, and Tēnā koe, that means thank you. Maori people have a traditional Maori greeting method that's called hongi. Hongi is performed by two people pressing their nose together, including the touching of their forehead. As you can see in the picture above, hongi may be followed by a handshake. This greeting method usually used in the major ceremony of Maori people. Next, the picture above shows the meeting space of the Maori people. It is called marae. Visiting marae is the best place to go if you want to know more about Maori's culture. At the marae, we can enjoy the carved art of the Maori people, hear their speech, and enjoy their amazing performance. Maori people usually welcome their guests with their traditional welcome ceremony that is called pōwhiri. Next, you can enjoy the meals that prepared by the Maori people. This meal was prepared by using the traditional cooking method of Maori people that is called hangi. Hangi is the earth oven cooking method, and it took a long time to cook a meal. The last thing that I would like to share about the Maori tribes is about their tattoo. That is also known as the tā moku. We can see in the picture above that Maori people have a lot of tattoo on their body or face. Actually, this tattoo is the symbol of their integrity, rank, identity, or their prestige. It also have a background story. Long time ago, Maori people make their tattoo by carving their skin, but nowadays the method already not been used.
Hi, I'm Danish, and I will be guiding you to the top attractions in New Zealand. So let's go. Nature crafted New Zealand with the sheer beauty of a musician. Few destinations boast so many staggering natural wonders packed in such a small area. Snow-capped peaks, sparkling coves, coastal glaciers, rainforests, fjords, and fish-filled rivers are some of the treasures travelers can explore. Thanks to its dramatic topography, New Zealand is a hotspot for adrenaline-filled sports. It's a melting pot of outdoor adventures, and their country is home to one of the highest bungee jumps in the world. Strategically, New Zealand is a breeze to travel around. Self-drive vacations are popular, and the country's diverse accommodations range from quiet beds and inns and eco-lodge to some of the world's most luxurious hotels. For more ideas on things to do, here's our guide to the top attractions in New Zealand. Number 1. Fiordland National Park. World Heritage Site. Fiordland National Park protects some of the most spectacular scenery in the country. Glaciers sculpted this dramatic landscape, carving the famous fjords of Milford, Lasky, and Dogfall Sounds. Visitors here can explore gushing cascades, offshore islands, virgin rainforests, vast lakes, and craggy mountain peaks. Unsurprisingly, the park is a heaven for hikers with some of the country's best hiking, including the famous Milford Track. Number 2. Queenstown. Snuggled between the shores of shimmering Lake Wakatipu and snowy peaks of the remarkable Queenstown is New Zealand's adventure capital and one of the country's top destinations for international visitors. Bungee jumping, jet boating, and whitewater rafting are just some of the adrenaline-fueled things to do here, and visitors can explore the stunning alpine scenery on the excellent network of hiking trails. In addition to the adventure sports, Queenstown offers all the creature comforts with first-class hotels, spas, restaurants, galleries, and shops. It is also a great base for sightseeing trips to the central Otago region, where visitors can explore gold mining towns and the Middle East scenery from the popular Lord of the Rings movies.
I'm going to be giving you guys 3 safari experiences in New Zealand, which you are exposed to beautiful wildlife and amazing sceneries. First up, we have Gannet Safari Overland Te Awanga. Captivating champion divers and masters of the sea, brace yourself for a journey that takes you from coast to cape to the world's largest, most accessible gannet colony in beautiful Hawke's Bay. For over 50 years, Cape Kidnappers Gannet Safari has been the only tour to take you overland, bringing you face to face with these winged seabirds in a driving environment for nesting and breeding. This 4x4 safari experience takes you on a guided discovery tour to the top of Cape Kidnappers Gannet Colony, where you will encounter over 20,000 gannets in their natural habitat, nesting, preening, dancing, swooping, and diving right before your eyes. From our base at Te Awanga, our modern fleet of 4x4 vehicles will transport you to a pristine coastline, working farms, native bush, and to New Zealand's largest privately owned nature reserve. With the vast Pacific Ocean in sight beneath the land of the long white clouds and surrounded by beautiful winged wonders, This is an unforgettable journey of discovery of the land, the sea, and the skies. Up next, we have the Aotearea River Safari. The Aotearea River Safari is ideal for all ages, including families. They are situated on the west coast of New Zealand between Queenstown, Wanaka, and Franz Josef and Fox glaciers. Take a jet boat safari on the Aotearea River into remote backcountry that will take days to travel through by foot. If you are looking for things to do in Haast, the Aotearea River Safari is a must-do. When you take their tour, you arrive as acquaintances and leave as friends. Find out why they are the most outstanding tour and extreme value for money. This family-owned and operated business is rated as one of the best boat tours in New Zealand by Lonely Planet. Established in 1997, they are the only Ocean to Alps jet boat tour in New Zealand and a must-do activity when planning your West Coast travel itinerary. This is a premier jet boat tour that is a minimum of 2 hours and includes an optional forest stroll. Wander through a 1,000-year-old beech forest and learn about the pioneers that worked this land. There are many photo and commentary stops on your journey up the river as the scenery changes around every corner of the river. Your guides are deeply passionate and knowledgeable on the West Coast area. We want you to feel comfortable and relaxed with expert driving and fascinating information about this unique area. Number 3. Nomad Safari Queensland. Explore the magical side of New Zealand and understand why this beautiful country was chosen to portray Middle Earth. The Queenstown area featured prominently in the filming of the incredibly popular Lord of the Rings trilogy. Nomad Safaris operates 2 different Lord of the Rings tours. The Queenstown Lord of the Rings tour, Wakatipu Basin, combines a true 4-wheel drive tour with film locations of the L02 trilogy. Glenorchy, Lord of the Rings, is the perfect sightseeing trip through the valleys beyond Glenorchy, encompassing pivotal Lord of the Rings scenes. Both tours can be combined for a truly exciting day out.
So my name is Nurwari and I will be guiding you about the food here in New Zealand. So before we go through the modern cuisines in New Zealand, so let's start with the traditional cuisine in New Zealand. First, this is called hangi. Hangi is not just a New Zealand traditional food, but it is more to the Maori tribes food. It contains meats, vegetables, and are slowly cooked in an underground oven. Although it was the cooking method for 1,000 years in New Zealand, but today, hangi is just saved for a special occasion. It is mainly because of the preparation of the food, because it takes too long to prepare. Another New Zealand traditional food is crayfish. Crayfish also known as a lobster. It is their favorite food mainly because it is something many fishermen and divers pride on catching themselves. It is known to cost $80 of New Zealand for a full crayfish, even though it is not an affordable food, but it's definitely worth a try. One of the most famous seafood spots in New Zealand is called Kaikoura. In Maori, the word kai means food and the words kura means crayfish. So for another one, this is called pavlova. Pavlova is a meringue-based dessert named after a famous Russian ballerina Anna Pavlova. It has a crisp crust and soft, light inside, usually topped with fruit and whipped cream. The dessert is believed to have been created in honor of the dancer, either during or after one of her tours in New Zealand and Australia in the 1920s. The nationality of its creator has been a source of argument between these two nations, which is New Zealand and Australia, for many years. Let us go to the modern New Zealand cuisine. Similar to the cuisine of Australia, the cuisine of New Zealand is a diverse British-based cuisine, so it has many similarities between them. So one of the famous cuisine is roast lamb, which is the menu of most high-end restaurants and even in some pubs. There were also many others Western cuisine, such as fish and chip, hamburger, sausage rolls, sausage sizzles, and many others.
Hello guys, so for this session I will talk a little bit about the sport. So sport in New Zealand largely reflected the nation British colonial heritage, with some of the most popular sport being rugby union, rugby league, cricket, football, basketball and netball, which are primarily played in Commonwealth countries. So New Zealand is a small nation but has enjoyed success in many sports. So notably rugby union, which is their national sport, rugby league, cricket, America's Cup scaling, World Cup Championship, Olympic event and motorsports. Other popular sports including squash, golf, hockey, tennis, cycling and tramping, and a variety of water sports, particularly sailing, rowing and surf sport. Winter sports such as skiing and snowboarding are also popular, as are indoor and outdoor bowls. So for your information that you know, New Zealand is one of the best sport in rugby. So it's no wonder that you think that New Zealand is considered as rugby as their national sport. So for the New Zealand national teams, the national team colours, New Zealand national sporting colours are black and white, or sometimes is silver. So the silver fern is a national emblem worn by New Zealanders representing their country in sport. So the national men's rugby union team is known as the All Blacks, and the national women's netball team is known as the Silver Ferns. So historically, rugby and netball dominated team sport in New Zealand, and the nation teams of other sports have acquired names which have been formed with reference of these two. The women's rugby team is known as the Black Ferns rather than the All Silvers. Some of these names seems to have arisen as union nicknames and some neologism developed as marketing device. New Zealand badminton temporarily named their teams Black Hawks. So there are so many the national sport team names such as Australian rules football, Falcons, basketball as Tall Black, beach volleyball Sand Blacks, cricket Black Caps. So basically they are name their national team for something with black, the color of black, white or silver. So hope you enjoy this. Maybe interested to play rugby, know the rugby team, the fierce rugby team is All Blacks. So have a great day.